Welcome to the Carl Jackson Podcast. I'm excited, delighted you guys are watching us on the CJC Network and also watching us on the TheGrid Network. We have replays on the TheGrid Network. I'm actually on location. We're actually working on prep for my next movie. So that's why all the noise, and I'm in this private area. And we're also gearing up for the release of my new movie, LAX to Paris, that comes out in December. So a lot is going on in my life, but I wanted to have this guest on my podcast because she is an amazing woman. That's the first thing. Second thing is she has been a complete help in my life. I can't tell you how much stress that I go through as I am as most of you know that follow my work as a filmmaker, producer, director, and now an actor, I guess. I go through a lot of stressful moments and times. And for some reason, our path crossed. Her booker, because she's all over the place and very, very needed at all times. Her booker reached out to me about possibly being a guest on the show. And, my first reaction was, well, who is she? And then when I looked her up and I found out who she was, I was like, oh my God, she's going to be my friend for life. Like, it's no brainer. Like, she's going to be my friend for life. And she's going to have to come to the network and do her own show. I mean, like, she is just a powerhouse, guys. I'm sharing with you guys my world. I'm sharing with you my personal life right now. So would you welcome with me, Mary Amadeus, because I can never say your last name the correct way. I always call you Mary or Mom or Big Sis. So, Mary, how are you?
Well done, Carl. I am so happy and so honored to be on your podcast because you truly are an inspiration to other people. You are the biggest light, and you will be my bestest friend for many, many years.
Oh,
I am so honored that we connected at the right time in both of our lives.
absolutely.
So I think we are soul sisters and brothers, and
Absolutely.
because we like fell in love with each other instantly.
Instantly.
And he's helped me in so many ways, and we've helped each other grow mentally, spiritually. So I'm really excited to be on your podcast, and maybe I can help one or two people out there today.
Oh, you're going to help more than one or two people. You're going to help thousands, if not millions, over the course of people watching this. So let's dive right into it. One of the things that you helped me with was establishing who I am in the spirit world. I didn't know the light that I carried. I didn't know the energy that I carried until you and I started having our conversations and our sessions and just, doing what we do. I mean, we've talked for hours and hours. Talk a little bit about people who are trying to protect their light, but they can't because of family, friends, job, situations, and things that they can't control. I mean, you got to make a living. You got to live in life. You got to work with people of dark energy. Talk a little bit about that. How do they protect their light?
Okay. That's an awesome question. So we're all made out of light and sound, right? So we are actually this ball of energy. If you could look down on planet Earth from heaven, you would see billions of lights just flashing around. And those are all souls, right? So we come into this body here, and we have this massive light, and we have this massive energy that creates everything in our lives, what we're doing, what we're thinking, our emotions, everything. So what we've got to remember is that energy never dies, never ever dies. And so when we get pissed, we get upset, whatever, that energy is out there. The most beautiful thing is that we can retrieve that energy. And Carl, you know how to do that now. And it changes your life once you learn how to go back and learn how to retrieve your energy and bring that soul light back to you. But like I said, we're this ball of energy. You have to protect your energy, your energetic body. So how do you protect your energetic body? First of all, you want to get it cleaned out. You want to clean it out. So I like to imagine jumping in a white swimming pool and swimming. And then you call on your
A white
angels.
swimming pool.
Yeah,
Okay.
white swimming pool, because it's an energetic cleanse, right? And you swim, and then you call in your guides and your angels, whoever you work with, and it's all about intention. And ask them to wring you out like a towel. And that'll take out all the emotions, all the fears. Remember that you're picking up daily from everybody else. It wrings you out and it stretches your energetic body. And then what you need to do is put a big white bubble all the way around you every day, every single day. And it takes 2 seconds. You know that, Carl. Piece of cake. And you just want to simply say, any energies that come into my auric field, psychic attacks, entities, there's entities all around us, negative and good, um, and
Probes.
or probes, because we can pick up probes from, we can go on a whole other podcast about that from, different species that are here that are trying to steal our energy. And you do this massive ball around you. Now you got to make sure the ball is really, this white energy ball is really, what do I want to say? Give me a word.
Right? Thick.
Protected. Yeah, thick. That's the word. So what I
Oh,
like to
trust me,
imagine,
I use your tools all the time, so I know by heart.
yeah, yes, you do. So you want to imagine a bunch of bulls with the horns coming running at that energy field. And if they poke through, you need to go and repair it. Repair it with more white light. And you have the power within you to repair that white light. And then you want to practice again with a bunch of arrows being flown at you. Okay, did any of them get through? Am I leaking my energy? Nope, I'm good. Now, this is the most important thing. It's psychic attacks. So,
Yes.
yep, when
I know
people
that
talk,
firsthand. Yeah.
yep, when people talk about you, they're jealous.
Yep.
That energy is going at you.
I can feel it. Yep.
Yep. So what I like to do is imagine it like a wave of energy coming at you.
Right.
And then you go, oh no, is it getting in with my field? Oh no, I better make my auric field even thicker with that white energy. Nothing can come through it if you do that daily. Daily, twice a day, 3 times a day. I don't care. And when you're tired, that's when your energy field goes down. When you're not sleeping well, your energy field goes down. And then you can pick up everybody's emotions, everybody's fear. So it's really important to keep that energy field clean and clear. So you're a channel of beautiful light, not negative energy.
Right. Now, why is that so important to protect you? So a lot of people don't understand why that's so important.
Why is it so important? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Because so we have this, our energetic field is like 9 feet around us, right? And as we're walking, you could be walking down the street and you could see somebody who is a homeless person on drugs. They have a lot of entities on their body.
Right.
And if they see that you're a bright light, the darkness wants to go to light. You have to protect yourself. You'll be cruising down the street whistling, and the next minute you're like, I feel hatred. I feel angry.
Yep.
That's somebody else's energy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So darkness loves to go to light, period. Um, Anger wants to go to love. Fear wants to go to love. So it's all vibration, it's all emotion, it's all thought, right? So that's why it's so important to make sure you are protected all the time. And it's all about intention. That's all it is. If you want to be protected, you're going to be protected. So that's basically the way you need to protect yourself and why you need to protect yourself, because you are a big energetic body.
What about the people though that are living with somebody and they have to constantly deal with that? Like, how do you deal with someone that you live with, whether it's your mother or your wife, your husband, and they're just not there, and you possibly made a mistake in who you married, and they're dark.
Yep. And so let's talk about that. Have you ever gone to bed next to your partner and you're like, I can't sleep. I was sleeping just a little while ago. Now I can't sleep because they're full of some really crappy energy that they have picked up, right? They don't even know it. And once you're aware of it, you'll become more sensitive to it. So what I like to do and what I teach all my clients is the good old color of violet. Violet fire. Now, it's not fire, but it's violet fire energy. Where do we find this energy? This energy lives on the top of your crown chakra, right? This is the crown chakra. So you want to imagine this energy of violet. If you can imagine a fire, but it's just energy of violet. You put that around that person because what you're doing is you're transmuting any fear, any dense energy. So you can do this to anybody. Do it to yourself. I do it every day. I take a bath in the violet fire energy every day. I release all fear, any emotions that aren't mine, any anxiety that I'm carrying around. You can do that for your partner. You could do that for your children. You could do it for your dogs because they're picking up all your energy as well.
Yeah.
That is the best thing. When you're in a conflict with somebody, you put them in the violet fire flame. It calms them down. It releases the anxiety or anger that they're carrying around. So you can have a conversation with them in a peaceful manner. It works. And you know it, it works.
When I tell you it works, guys, it works. Like, I've literally, without divulging too much of my personal life, I've used it in my personal life in a situation that I thought was dire dead. Like, it was just not going to work. And after 2 weeks of using your tools, Mary, and you know what I'm talking about, it completely opened the doors for conversation. And it's just been like, whoa, I can't believe that all this happened in under 2 weeks of me doing it morning and night. So it's incredible. Let's talk a little bit about your life. How did you come to know that you had this gift, and what made you decide to use it to help others?
Well, since a little kid, I could sense and see dark energy and negative energy. And we all have that power. All children, everybody has this power. We have it more as children because we're not programmed yet that we don't see this, we don't feel that, and it's a shame. With my grandkids, I try to keep it open. They see fairies, they see angels, and I'm like, yep, so do I. That's awesome. Grandma, there's somebody scary there. Let's clear it together. Okay. So keep your children alive to that because they really are seeing things. And they'll tell you if it's good or bad. And if it's bad, blast it with that violet fire. Tell it to leave. You have the power within you to tell it to leave. So, anyways, I ended up back to my story.
No, that's good. This is good.
So, um, so I ended up having going to an all girls Catholic school. So I was already programmed to feel shame, blame, all that crap inside me, right? Unworthy, can't do anything without being told what to do, all of that. And I ended up getting pregnant when I was 17. So I had to, drop out of school, and all of a sudden, Carl, here comes the feelings inside of being disgusting, being dirty, being ashamed of myself, being unworthy, being scared to freaking death to talk to my mom and dad and tell them I was pregnant. I mean, that was like the biggest,
Yeah,
scariest thing.
Catholic girl getting pregnant. Are you
Yeah,
kidding me?
yeah,
That was
nasty
like,
little girl.
yeah, you just nasty. Scared.
Well, you know why, Carl? The Catholics, well, my upbringing, I'm not going to put it on everybody, but they never talked about sex. They never talked about if you get naked and do something, you're going to have a baby. That
which
was
actually puts more focus on sex. But anyway, that's another subject for another
exactly. Now
day.
I want to experiment.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
So, So I ended up having this baby, and I got married to a man, not the same man I had the child with, a different man who was 15 years older than me. So here I am as a young girl with a man who's 45, took absolute control over my life. And I'm a big bright light. You know how big bright
Oh
I
yeah.
have. And
Yes.
I would still had that big bright light, but I had the feeling of, unworthiness. So I gave
Right.
my energy away all the time. Whatever he
Wow.
said, I did.
Wow.
It was horrible. I used to cry, lay on the floor and cry. He'd put me down in front of dinner parties. He would just try to step me out, just step my light out. Until one day my daughter said, Mom, you have to read this book on the angels. So I picked up this book on the angels, and I started reading. And all of a sudden I was like, oh my God, I have so much power within me. I don't need to be sitting around with this fear and anxiety and giving all my energy away to this person, this man,
Right.
and everybody else. And there was no self care. There was no self. I didn't even know what love was, Carl. Most people don't,
Right.
because we're so wrapped up in our daily lives. We forget to even love ourselves or honor ourselves or take time for ourselves.
That's good. Wow.
We're always keeping up with the Joneses, right?
Right.
And then we have to have a perfect family.
Right.
Nobody has a perfect family. I don't care if you're super wealthy or super poor. Nobody has a perfect family, and no childhood was ever perfect. There's
That's true.
always dysfunction.
That's true.
Yeah. So I started to meditate. I started to connect with the angels. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh my gosh, I could call my power back. I can heal myself. I can go back as a child when I was nasty, that person, or that person was nasty to me, or that stupid jerk touched me inappropriately.
Wow.
Go back and take my innocence back,
Wow. That's
and,
good.
and forgive, right? So I started to learn how to go and start using these tools, and the angels were just bringing more and more of this power within me to transform my life, which I'm still on a journey. Everybody is here. Everybody's still on our heal journey. There's nobody that's greater than anybody else. We're all oneness. We're all the same. So we all have the power within ourselves to learn how to retrieve our power back. Energy never dies. It's all out there waiting for you to retrieve it. And Carl, it's there from our past lives as well, and our ancestors. We carry all their stuff with us too. So if
Wow.
you so if you're always like thinking poverty, poverty, poverty,
It's from your ancestors.
from your ancestors.
Wow.
So I learned how to bring this all back. So now I was like, their angels are like, okay, now you're going to start teaching people how to retrieve their power, how to bring their willpower. See, it takes willpower to change your life. It takes your heart power to open up to change your life. That was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, was the heart, because everybody's heart's closed. And you can say,
Right.
oh, no, it's not, Mary. Yeah, it is. Because when you have your heart and your will, and you don't go back to those patterns, you don't go back to those beliefs, now you're marching forward. You're stepping into your power. So it's pretty cool stuff, and it works.
So talk a little bit about your services. What exactly do you do for people by the thousands at this point
Well,
yearly?
what I do is what I love to do is get to know people. So I really love to do a chat, just the two of us talking back and forth, because we get to know each other. And then we can feel, oh, am I a good fit? Are you a good fit? Do I think I can help you? Yeah, I think I can help you. I trust you. So I love to have that relationship. And I think it's important for healers to do that,
Right.
right? And so then we go in and we identify, what is your patterns? What are your beliefs, right? Where have you been leaking your energy throughout your life? And we go in and we remove those beliefs and patterns. We did that together, Carl,
Yeah, we did.
and it's powerful. So
And let me before you finish, I gotta tell my people as they're watching this, I don't endorse anything unless I've experienced it first. And I'm going to tell you firsthand, everything this woman is saying, guys, has worked in my life times 1,000. She is not a joke. So you need to listen to everything she's saying and take heed, because I am telling you from experience, and I'm a very, very hard critic. I'm a very hard critic. You guys know that. This woman is 100%. 100%. So we're going to put her information up later. You got to reach out to her if you need help in your life to get things balanced. Okay.
I love you, Carl.
I love you.
I'm just looking at your auric field, and it's just glowing.
Really?
Yeah, it's just glowing. You are on fire. I don't know what you're doing, but I have a feeling you're on fire in your life.
I'm going to tell you right now. I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm using the Mary tools. That's what I've been doing. And it has changed my life. You know, I have literally no fear. When I say no fear, I mean it. Like, I told you about an incident of a text message I got from, and it was a scary text. And it was basically a death threat. I can say that much. And I text you and I said, this doesn't feel right, but what do I do? And when I did what you told me, instantly it went away. Now, I did feel my eyes heavy for a second. For like 20 minutes, my eyes were very heavy. I never had experienced that before. But I did what you said, use your tools, man. And when I tell you, it went away. Like, I have literally, that's the biggest thing I've learned. I have no fear anymore. The things that I used to be fearful of and concerned about and like, oh my God, I don't know if I can fix that, it went away. Okay, so anyway, talk about your services. Sorry.
It's okay. So I just want to say something because of the eye heavy thing. That was you looking at that text message because it was trying to get into you. Your eyes were like, you were like taking it in, and then good thing you texted me and I said, do this, and it got out.
So that's why, okay, so that's why I didn't read the whole thing. Matter of fact, what I did was, see, this is why I love you. I read the first two sentences, right? And when I saw that this was basically, in some way, some would call it a negative curse or word or whatever you want to call it, I didn't finish because it was a long paragraph. But it was definitely a death threat. I could feel the energy of it, and I saw the words. When I saw that, I did not read the rest of it, and I immediately texted you.
Mm-hmm.
But my eyes were heavy. So I didn't even get to do the whole curse thing that they were trying to do because I didn't read it. I just read like a couple sentences, but my eyes did get heavy.
Mm-hmm.
My eyes got heavy.
Yeah.
So the heaviness is from what? Explain that in detail.
So the heaviness is so the projection of you reading that, the energy that was coming through, because it was a gnarly thing that was sent to you, was trying to get bounced into your field. And so the heaviness was coming over you, and you went, nope, I'm not going to do this because, Carl, you've been putting up your purple, your white bubble around you every day because you're following the tools that I've taught you. And that is why he couldn't get near you. And that is why the fear didn't come in you. Bottom line is, we are here to learn that fear is illusion and love conquers all. We're supposed to go back to love.
Say that again. Fear is an illusion.
Fear is an illusion and love conquers all. So we want to take fear, mute it, and turn it back into love. And that's what you've learned to do. Now, that is why you're walking around with this massive, huge, beautiful field around you, and nobody can come near you because of that. Wow. So you truly are an inspiration to others of stepping into your mastery and taking charge of your energetic field. That's the number one goal. You learned that in the last, month we've been speaking?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And absolutely. I can tell from the first time I spoke to you to today. You are a
Right.
different soul. You embody more of your soul light.
That's
And
good.
and you know what I love is that you are learning when that fear tried to come in, you went, nope, I'm not going to see this with my eyes. I am going to push this away. Because what happens when fear comes in? The anxiety, the stress, you feel in your belly, disease, the big word, disease is coming in.
Dis-ease.
Yeah, it's
Dis-ease.
so you are right on. So we all walk around with fear constantly. So how do we get rid of fear? Remember we talked about the beautiful violet fire. You pretend you put a hat on with that purple energy and it needs to cover down to your ears. Because where's fear? Truly, where's fear? Yeah, you could be scared of a dog going to run after you. That's fear, that's emotion. But fear is in the mind. We make up the fear. So when you saw that text message, you could have had a choice to say, oh, let me read this. Oh, no, now my mind's going to start thinking, this is going to happen to me. That's going to happen to me. There's the fear building up.
Right.
There's the
Right.
anxiety. There's
Right.
the pressure in my stomach now. But so when somebody likes to put fear on you, you go, nah, you put on that violet fire hat and that transmutes the brain and breathe into it and just simply say, I release any fear, any anxiety that I am carrying within my body. I release it. I allow and I let it go. Easy.
Easy.
So when you're going to have a conversation with your boss and you're scared to ask for a raise, what are you going to do? First thing you're going to do is you're going to call on Archangel Gabriel, the element of air. I work with the elements all the time. They're part of us here on earth. Use the tools that we have. You call on air, element of air, Archangel Gabriel. Open up the angel airway. I did this with Carl and I before we even spoke today. Open up the angel airway so I can communicate with Carl, his team. Because remember, everybody, we have a team of guides and angels around us that we don't call on enough. So we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
But you open up the angel airway and you say, I go, hey, team, my team, helpers in heaven, whatever you want to call them. Please open it up so I can speak to Carl's guides so we can have a beautiful conversation. We can understand each other and we can get something across that can actually help people on this podcast. That's what I ask every day,
That's good.
right? But let's put that in your daily life. Let's put that in if you have a big meeting you want to go to and you're really nervous. What you want to do is you want to send it out to that boss or to that lady that you really never liked. Open up that angel communication because I guarantee you, and I'm guaranteeing you this, there will be a shift in your conversation. Big time. Then you zap them with the violet fire too. So now you're holding in the energy of transformation. So you can walk right in, put yourself in it, fill yourself up with turquoise, the colors of dream come true. Walk up to your boss and say, hey, you know what? It's time for me to have a raise and watch. Watch what happens. It's magic. It's not really magic, but it works. These energies work.
So talk a little bit about the angel airways. We talked about Gabriel, Angel Gabriel, Archangel. So he's over air. Who's over? And what is Michael?
Okay, well, yeah.
I'm probably messing it up. So
you're doing great. And you guys, if you're interested, I actually, and if you go to my power retrieval website, you can donate and you will receive my whole pack of the deck to open up your sacred space. It's awesome. Awesome, awesome. So, and they're infused with the angels' energy. So as soon as you bring them in your house, your vibration is going to go up in your home.
And we probably have your website here on the screen right now and throughout the show.
Perfect. Okay, so check this out. So this is so awesome. I'm so glad you asked me this, Carl.
Yes, I'm excited.
So we call on Archangel Gabriel is air, the element of air. So that's our breath. That's our communication, right? So you really want to work with this because it'll help you speak truthfully. It'll help you bring in the energies that you need from your guides, your oversoul. You want this clear. Then we go to the east. The east is Archangel Michael. That's fire. What does Michael bring in? He brings in passion, creative energy. So when you're stuck, you want to call on this element of fire. And you imagine that energy just firing up in your belly. Awesome. So then you go to the south. That's Archangel Ariel, and that's working with all the elements of Mother Earth, right? All the elements, the elementals. What are the elementals? Those are fairies. Those are nature angels. What are nature angels? Nature angel, you have a nature angel inside of you. Nature angel is what creates every leaf, every tree, every flower, you name it, rock, everything is a nature angel. So the nature angel, where your nature angel lives within you, where your soul is right in your belly. So start loving that area and start talking to your nature angel. What is a nature angel? Nature angel is the energy of creation. Pretty cool, huh? So you
So the
call on,
nature angel is in your belly.
yep, it's what created your
Wow.
body.
Wow.
Create your body. So you can start learning how to talk to your nature, thank your nature angel, thank your nature angel to bringing in the food that you eat that is digested properly. Nature angel, help me to be healthy, help me to exercise, right? It's taking care of your body here because your soul is in this body. So we got to start loving this body. So we go to the earth, we go to the south, that's the earth, that's the elements. Then we go to the west. West is water. West is Archangel Raphael. Archangel Raphael helps let's see, create really creative people. So people that are like architects, healers, like to design things, painters, artists, right? So like you could call on when you're doing your filmmaking, because that's a form of art that you're doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So this element, this angel works with me a lot. Like he comes right here and it's like, whoa, and comes through and you can ask for the element of water to flow through you to purify your body, fill you up, right? See how important water is?
Yeah.
It's amazing. So those are the four elements. Now, the most important element, this is awesome, is ether. What is ether? What is that? And that's Archangel Metatron. So when
Say it
you
again.
Metatron, Archangel Metatron.
I thought that's not from a Transformer movie.
I know that's
I'm kidding, guys. I messed up her flow. Sorry. Go ahead.
Megatron, something. I know, it's so funny.
Don't
No,
get me,
it's weird.
Archangel Metatron. It was just a joke.
so, so once you get your four corners all set up, and
Well,
you,
explain who he is.
so I'm gonna.
Okay,
So
sorry.
Metatron, Metatron is in the middle of these four elements, right? These four keys that we just opened, or you could call it a healing wheel. I call it the sacred space because we're opening up sacred space. So you call on Metatron, and Metatron is what manifests what you want on planet Earth. Yep, Carl.
I need to learn how to spell his name correctly.
Yep, Carl. Pretty cool, huh?
That's pretty cool. Wow.
So what you do is you open up these spaces, and then you call on Metatron. I'm calling on the ether. The ether is the magic. I want heaven to come to earth. I want earth to be part of heaven. So I go. I want heaven to be part of my humanity. So I'm calling it to me.
Mm, that's good.
Calling
On
it.
earth as it is in heaven.
Yes, you got it.
Wow.
You got it, Carl. So you call on that. So then you got the sacred space. Now you can sit there and go, Okay, what do I want to bring in? What do I want to manifest? Now, this could be manifesting physical. This could be manifesting more love in my life. This could be manifesting more opportunities in my life. And what I like to do is when I want to manifest, say, I want to manifest more people coming to buy my products. So I stand there and I go, okay, thank you, Metatron, for opening up this heaven to earth, earth to heaven. And then I imagine a vibration, like a drop of water drops into a puddle and it expands out. So I'm that drop of water and I push out those ripples. Remember what we talked about? What I say and speak and feel is going to bounce back to me.
Mm,
So, So what do you want? I would love to have more people come in and buy my beautiful products. I would like more opportunities to come to me that are for my greatest good and highest joy. Because you want it to come to you at your highest will, your highest soul, who you are. See?
that's good.
So
Wow.
powerful, Carl.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah, awesome.
I'm just like amazed. Okay, so you just explained to us how we do it. Do you have to call all four for it before you call ether, or can you just call ether? Because a
I
lot
mean,
of people are going to ask that.
you could call in Archangel Metatron and bring, but what this is teaching you, it's teaching you to bring in the higher vibration. So you're bringing in, let's see, you're bringing in the big dogs, right? You're bringing in the big guns.
Right.
When you call in the angels, you're bringing in some power. And the more you do it, your vibration's going to go up. Just like you. The more you've been working on Carl,
Yes.
your
Yes.
vibration, you're
Yes.
moving mountains, my friend.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
are. And
Yeah.
I'm moving mountains because we are standing in our truth. We are bringing these vibrations in daily. Now, if I only did it once a week or, no,
Right.
do it daily. Call them in. And once you get really good and you stay in silence, you'll feel their energy coming in.
Hmm.
Like in
What
my
is the
office,
energy? What does the energy of ether feels like? What does his energy feel like?
it just feels like expanded. You're very
Okay.
expanded. And you know how to expand your body now.
Right.
So now you stand in that expansion, it's even more expanded. You're going to feel the delight. You might even cry because you're just so like, oh my God, I've never felt so much love. I've never felt so trusted. I've never felt so protected, right? So it's pretty cool, pretty magical.
Where do these angels come from? Where
Where
do
do the
angels come
angels?
from?
The angels are, so we've got source, right? And so source decided, oh, you know what? I'm going to start creating. So you can call it heaven, mother, father, God, whatever. So it said, I'm going to start creating. So the source created, he went, boop, or it went, boop, and it created 12 kingdoms. And each kingdom is, you can call it a kingdom, whatever, are one of the 12 archangels. Okay. So we've got this kingdom. They went, okay, we are going to be the protectors of source. What is source? Pure love, undiluted love. Um, so, so the angels were created to show us humans that, not humans, but all of the universe, that we need to return back to love and that they're the protectors of showing humanity, because we're talking about humanity, showing humanity that we are made of love and we need to return to love. So you need to call on the angels to help you in your daily life. You have to. You got to call on it. We've got so much power in it. And that's what comes back to is our guides and guardian angels. They're waiting for you to reach out and call on them. That's why they're here. We all were born with a team, all of us. We have guides that have go with us every time we reincarnate. We have the angels that come with us every time we reincarnate, but they can't help you because here on planet Earth we have free will. So they can sit there and wait and wait and wait until you finally go, okay, Angels, guys, I need help. We talked about this. How about the parking angel? You know, everybody's like, oh, parking angel, please help me find a parking job spot. Guess what? You can use that every single thing in your life.
I want a house. Okay.
Everything. So how about if you want to make the best Italian meal, you call on the angels that know how to cook Italian food. You can call on the ascended masters that know how to cook. Call on. You can call on your grandmother for her energy to come through and infuse that food. It's all there. It's
Wow.
just a matter of tapping into it.
So why is it that people don't know this information? Why are we taught that we're supposed to focus on so much negativity in our world? You look at the news, you look at gossip columns, you look at all this stuff. It is designed for you to not feel love, but to feel fear. How does one navigate through that?
Well, that's the whole thing why we're here. We're here to learn, to evolve as a soul, right? We have our higher self, and that's our where we want to go back to. That's where we want to get our soul energy from our higher self. Our heart, I didn't finish talking about the angels. I got off track. Okay, so our
Angels, yes.
well, our soul, let's just talk because it all goes into together. So the soul, our higher self, stays in heaven. Okay. And so, if you really want to evolve here on planet Earth, you need to start working with your soul, the one that stays in heaven. That's the magic. That's the magic elixir, right?
Your
Because your
higher self.
soul, your your higher self knows what you're supposed to be doing. Here on planet Earth, it is so dense. We're going to get to fear now. It's so dense that we pick up fear. That's all we know is fear. Fear that we're not going to have enough money, fear that we're not going to be able to afford our payments next week, next month, whatever. So we're always projecting, protecting the future, or we're always in the past. So we're full of fear, full of fear. So we're here, just what said earlier, we're here to learn that fear is an illusion and love will conquer everything. So we are here to learn this lesson. But unfortunately, with the media, the wars, and all that's going on right now, we are being basked in fear. So if you don't take care of your energetic body, the fear is going to continue to come to you. And you're going to be lower, lower, lower in vibration. And then your little white light that lives within you is going to get denser and denser and denser. So what we need to learn to do is to ask this question. Soul, what do I need today? That's it. Soul, what do I need today? What do you want me to know today? So cool. This is what you do. You close your eyes and then you just breathe in. It's all about the breath. Everybody wants to know, oh, how do you connect to your intuition? How do you connect to your guides? It's all about the breath. All about breathing, taking those deep breaths. You know how you are like laying in bed and you're noticing you're not breathing, you're shallow. Just start breathing. And you go like this, you go, soul, what do I need to know today? Know today. What do you want me to know? Because your soul is what's driving you through your evolution here on earth. But our ego gets in our way and we don't shut down the brain to hear the answers, to hear the intuition coming through. So that's the number one thing that we need to be working on. Start asking your soul, what do I need to do? What do I need to know today? And like the other day, for me, it was trust. It came in so fast. It said trust. And I said, I wonder what I need to trust in. And then it all unfolded for the day. And I knew what I needed to be trustful in. So it's simple stuff and it works.
You know, as you were talking, I thought about this little song that we used to sing in Sunday school called "This Little Light of Mine, I'm Gonna Let It Shine." But I never liked that song because I felt like, why does my light have to be little? We are our words, you know. So I always would say, "This big light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine. My big light. I want my light to be big and bright." blinding to evil. And I think people need to remember that your light is there and you can make it as big and bright as you want it to be, as long as you're working with the elements that Mary is telling us to work with. Am I correct, or am I like smoking crack?
No, you're 100% Carl. Because we do have the power, and that's what I teach, is how to ignite that heart power, ignite that willpower. And it's easy. You know how easy my tools are, and they work instantly.
How does it work when you call on the ether? A lot of people are going to want to know about that ether. So explain the best way to reverence it, respect it, and talk to it, because people gonna I'm telling you now, people gonna really call you about that one. They're gonna want to know more about how to work with that.
Yeah,
Explain a little bit about that.
because everybody wants to manifest in their life.
Right. Everybody
Right.
talks about manifestation. I'm
Mhm.
a manifester, and I look at some of the videos and I go, "You guys are so whack. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
It's not as analytical as you're making it sound. It's really not you doing it. It's the light and the energy that you work with that does it for you."
that's right.
So explain. It's like
Okay.
anyway.
So for the first thing to manifest, or whatever you want to bring into your life, right? You want to be grounded. First thing, because can't you cannot move forward in your life unless you're grounded. You know how people talk about the chakras? The chakras are real. The chakras are your energy batteries. So your
Mm,
chakras need to be overflowing, filled up, overflowing. Because that's when you're not going to get the fear, the dense energy coming to you. So they need to be overflowing first and foremost. Then, once you're grounded, and you can simply be grounded like this, like I taught Carl this. You just go outside in the mornings.
I was just gonna say, I go outside my house all the time in the grass. I stand there, even when it's cold. I stand there and I do what you about to tell everybody. I'm gonna let you tell everybody. But after I do it, here's what's weird. I always call for Archangel Michael to bring his blue sapphire blue sword and blow his beautiful blue color around my body. But I did something different that you haven't. I don't know if I should do it or not, but I've been doing it and it's worked. I've asked him to put that blue color around my knees, around my thoughts, around my brain, around my daughter, her brain, her thoughts, her words, and it has worked. It
Yeah,
has worked. It has been a huge difference. Because I have sometimes my feet get cold. I get cold really easily, and so I just asked him to put it around my feet, and my energy, my blood starts to get warm around my feet instantly. I'm telling you guys, I'm not making this up. This stuff works. Okay, so get grounded. So now I stand in the grass even when it's cold. To my point, that's what
yeah,
I'm going to say. I always say I'm gonna stand in the grass even though it's cold. It could be, out here in California, it could be like 40 degrees, 45 early morning. Because I get up really early, like 5 a.m., 6 a.m., sometimes 4 a.m., and I go outside and it's cold. I mean, it is bare, brutal. And I just asked Michael to put some blue around my feet, and it warms up instantly. Okay, go ahead.
oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you. I can't even tell you how proud I am of you. So, okay, so like Carl said, you go stand outside. And if you can't stand outside, it doesn't matter. You can do it inside, but outside makes it even more impactful. You want to go, I release. First, I say, good morning, Mother Earth, because she is our mother here. People remember this. This is super important. We're here on planet Earth. She's our mom. And so she's supposed to keep us safe and take away any worries or fear that we're carrying, right? So you want to say, I go, Mom, take away any fear and anxiety that I may be carrying. I release it, I allow it to go. And you just imagine, sense, and feel that energy flowing down through the bottom of your feet, and she'll just take it away from you. Now you want to connect now. So now you just imagine it's coming out the bottom of your feet. going all the way down to the center of planet Earth, Mother Earth. And she will make you feel yummy, yummy, delicious. So I want to go back and touch for a second
Yeah.
because Carl talked to you guys about the sapphire blue light, and I didn't talk about that. This is one of the most important things that you need, and it's transformed my life, and I know because I know personally Carl transformed his life. So what is the energy of the sapphire color that we're talking about? It's the energy of the will. It's the energy of truth. And so Carl and I and everybody, when you use this color and stand in this color, you can only speak the truth. I know that's scary, but when you speak the truth in your true will, then the magic will start coming to you. That's when the ether will start working. Because if you're not in your truth, oh my God, it's going to make me cry. I needed to learn this lesson today. When you stand in your truth, that's when the magic's going to happen. That's when the magic's going to come from the ether from the heavens. Because you can BS yourself, lie, cheat, and then you're thinking, oh, this doesn't work, Mary. Why? Because you're not standing in your truth. You're not being truthful, right? So when you're in your truth and you're pushing out and asking for the ether to come in, it's going to come in, it's going to magnify, and it's going to come in faster. And the pipeline is going to open up even bigger. So those dreams, the new house, the promotion is going to come flying in for you when you're standing in your truth. I challenge your podcast listeners to stand in the sapphire blue flame. Are they able to see this on or is this only podcast?
They can see it. No, everybody can watch my
Oh,
podcast.
goodness gracious.
Yeah, on Spotify. You can watch it on
Oh,
Spotify, and you can
my
also
goodness.
watch it on
Here we go,
CJC,
people.
and you
Here
can
we
also watch it on.
can you see this?
Yes, I can see it.
There's the violet fire flame. Now everybody can get it in their heads. Got it?
Got it.
Okay. Now, here's this is the blue, sapphire blue. See that?
Beautiful.
You start working with these two colors. You call in those ethers. Things are going to start coming. That pipeline that we all want flowing is going to start flowing. So stand in that sapphire blue and violet fire, and you forgive yourself, forgive others, and then you start going into your truth. You forgive yourself for those lies. You forgive yourself for hurting somebody else, because now you're bringing in your power, and your power is going to magnify. It's gonna magnify, and it's gonna bring in the ether. But remember, we're here to learn that fear is an illusion, so we don't want that fear to come in. You stand in the violet. You forgive that fear. You let it go. Then you stand in your truth. Carl, it is so powerful, and it'll change your life.
Well, I'm gonna tell you guys. Not only will it change your life, I'm a living witness of it. Like I'm literally, my life has changed in all aspects of my life: business, personal, um, family. My money is getting better. Everything is just, I can just feel, even the money that I don't have, or money that's still coming, or situations that are still not fixed. I feel it, the energy of it coming to me. Like I can feel that it's like things are just kind of doing this, just aligning, just like it's like a train almost, or like Santa and the sleigh. It's just he's taking off and he's just about to just go, and I can feel that energy. And I didn't feel that before I started working with you, Mary. And I just thank God for you. I think that Mother Earth, elements, ether, Megatron, whoever you, you got to text me how to spell his
I
name right,
will.
because I'm gonna mess with Megatron. I'm gonna mess with him. Um, so um, I've lived this like so much, and I was looking for this my whole practically my whole life, and I didn't know how to balance it. I knew that I was made differently in terms of just wanting to focus on the positive, but I didn't know how to navigate in a negative world, how to stay positive, you know. But now I do, and I get it, and I understand the free will clause in our contracts. Like I get it now, and it's just been such an amazing experience. I want to pivot just slightly and talk a little bit about um, how to release and let go of negative friends or family. Because part of my journey was I had to say no and shut the door on people. And I know how to do that, you know, the gentle, what we talked about, you know, central sun and all that. But other people don't know how to do that. And I think it's important that people understand that as you attract all these wonderful things, you also have to let go of all the things that are negative or the people that don't want to go where you want to go. And how do you do that without looking at them going, I'm up here and you're down there? Like the judgment and the egotistical part of it. Because a lot of people don't know how to do that. They think that it's just, I'm better than you. And it's not that, it's something else. So explain that because I get it now. It's about the growth of your life and focusing on helping to grow and help humanity more so than it's about you letting people go because that's ego. So explain a little bit about that, how to do that.
So, so how to release people that are in our lives that we don't want in our
Right,
lives anymore.
right,
So there's several ways that you can do that. So first, the greatest thing is to become aware. So that's well done to you when you're finally like, I'm tired of having this person put me down or I'm not feeling comfortable. That means you're evolving, you're moving forward. So that is bravo. Once you figure that out. Now, there's two ways you can do this. You can distance yourself. You just let them go. You put them in the violet fire. You let them go. You put them in the river. Let them go, the violet fire river, and just say, I release. I let you go. But a really great way to do this is to cut cords with them.
mm,
So when you cut cords with them, you are calling back your energy and you're giving them their energy back to
mm.
them. And you can slice cords with them. So what do you use to slice cords? I like to call an Archangel Michael with this big sapphire blue cord. And you could simply see these energetic cords attached. And they're usually attached in the heart, the belly, and in the mind.
That's the term, pulling on my heartstrings.
Yes, there you go. You're so smart.
Thank you.
So you can simply cut cords with people. You can have scissors that are sapphire blue that cuts the cords. And you can, there's many ways that you can do this. You can even face them face to face and you can go up to them and look at them and say, I forgive you. I forgive myself. And now I want you to go far, far, far. How many fars you want to say away? And you watch them turn around and walk off. And you will get a phone call from them in the next week or so because they are going to know you cut these cords. Now, how are you going to keep them staying away from you? You're going to have to step into your will. You're going to have to step into your willpower because they're going to come back and go, oh, I'm so sorry. Or I can't manipulate you anymore. And you're like, no, I can't do it. So these are powerful tools, Amy. The willpower is like the biggest thing that we need to work on right now
Right.
because it's the willpower of going into that fear factor. It's the willpower of being manipulated. When are you going to stand up? When are you going to stand up and say no more to this? Because you'll see your life switch, huge switch when you know somebody is not good for you. You stand in your willpower and you blast them with that violet fire, and I'm telling you, they'll get it and they'll go away from you. It's awesome.
Wow. Talk a little bit about how someone who's feeling loneliness, how can they use this energy to not feel lonely and to attract someone to love? Because you're married
Yeah.
and you have a great relationship with your husband. You told me a little bit about it. Let's talk about people that are lonely. And before we wrap up, I want to talk about how people can get in touch with you.
Okay. So people that are lonely, you know, it's interesting because we set up contracts before we came here, right? So, some people are struggling with being by themselves, being single, and all of that. So, first of all, you are loved. You are loved, and you're never lonely. Never, ever lonely. I know that's a big thing to say, but you're always connected. So, call on your team, right? But you can fill up with the satisfaction of being by yourself. Because once you start loving yourself and honoring yourself and where you are now and forgiving whatever it is, because most people are lonely because they've been in crappy relationships and they're so scared to step out again, right? I'm going to be rejected. I'm full of fear. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not smart enough. That's all a bunch of bull. Every single one of us are beautiful, beautiful.
Absolutely.
And we're all smart in our own ways. We're all different. We all came here with different talents,
Right.
right? So what you need to do is start filling up with that self-love, self-respect, and you need to start releasing that loneliness that you're feeling. Because it's in your belly, it's in your belly, and it just eats you up being lonely. It's depressing. Nobody wants to be that. You need to start calling on your team of angels. Fill me up. Play with me. Bring me my joy back. Bring me my beauty back. Bring me my ambition back. Bring me my sexual power back, right? Bring me back that power that attracts the people back to me that are good for me, for the greatest good for me. Because everybody has somebody out there. Nobody should be lonely.
Mm.
And you can start filling up with all the colors of the rainbow. We've done that together. What did that make you feel like? You're not lonely after that, right? Yeah, loneliness is it's sad because it's such a depressing lower vibration when you're lonely. Start calling in that power again. Start calling in your confidence. Start calling in the friendship. Because guess what? We all have souls. So when we were in heaven, we're with the whole soul group. Like Carl and I are from this whole soul family, and we just now found each other to help each other evolve. So
Absolutely.
every single one of us has a soul family. So start calling in your soul family. Your soul family is more powerful than your real family. Get that one.
Say that again. Say that again for all the ignorant people in the back.
The ones that need to get knocked on their head.
Yes.
Your soul family is more powerful than your family, your family here.
Blood
So,
family.
yep, call in and ask. Call in for the people that need to come in on my ray that are supposed to be here to help me fill me up, move me on in my evolution, move me on where my heart power is electrified. Call those people in. It works. Call in the daily, hour, hourly, all the time. If you're that lonely, you have the power to change that.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's
Call
good.
it in. Call
Call in
it
your
in.
soul family.
Call in your soul family. They're all
And
there.
how,
We all
and how do
come
you
from the
call them
soul.
in? How do you call them in?
You call on your soul family. Soul family, I'm calling you forward to be with me right here at this present point in time because it's now is the time for you to be here. I'm calling you forward now. You're willing them to come forward. Your
And
soul
they come
family,
in the physical sometimes, and sometimes they
yeah,
come in where you just feel them.
absolutely. They're most of them are down here physically,
Right.
and they'll pop out like you and I popped out of nowhere.
Right.
We'll always be connected. We
Right.
just found each
Absolutely.
other, right? Because
Absolutely.
you meet somebody, Carl, and you're like, God, it's like I've talked to you a million times.
Exactly.
That's a
Exactly.
soul family. That's a soul brother,
Absolutely.
soul sister.
Absolutely. Well,
And
that's where the term soul comes from. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
it's just like, you say, what is it called? My soulmate, whatever.
Soulmate. Right.
We're soulmates. That doesn't
Right.
mean we're
Absolutely.
soul.
Right. Right.
People get this all messed up. Oh, you're a
Right.
soulmate. No, you got soulmates everywhere.
I know. Whenever I watch some of the stuff on YouTube, I go, oh. Like the stuff that people say and how they look at life is so wrong,
I
and
know.
that's why people live in these circles of just redundancy because they don't even understand how it really really works. You know, you meeting your soul family and your soulmates is basically another way of saying meeting your family. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's meeting your uncle, your auntie. And marriage wise, now, this is for people that looking for love in marriage. What would they call the person that they're trying to attract? If they don't want to use the word soulmate, what would you say their term that they should use?
I would say I'm calling in the love of my life.
Okay.
I'm calling in the person now. Because a lot of people, especially with all these social apps and stuff to find
Right.
a mate, oh, that person isn't perfect. Oh, that person doesn't have that. Stop it.
Right.
Stop it. I want to call in a person that is going to respect me. Number one.
Girl, say
Respect.
that again.
Yeah, I'm going to call in a person that respects me, honors me, loves me. We have great sex together,
I know
whatever it
somebody.
is. Yeah, you want. What do you want? And you know what? You're going to be open. I'm open to receive. I'm open. Universe, I'm open to let the love of my life come into my reality now.
Mm.
So
Say that again for the people in the back that's ignorant.
I'm open to let in the love of my life now in my humanity. When you say my humanity, you're directing it to planet Earth because this is where Mary is. This is where Carl is. So you're making a direct request. Now, the magic words I will tell your podcasters to whatever you want. This is the magic words. Universe, I am open. So you're saying, I am open to let in love. I am open to let in new opportunities. These are the magic elixir words, baby. This is like working with Metatron and all of it together. Because you're saying, I am open and I'm allowing this to come to me. Keep repeating, universe, I am open and I let in that new house that's coming to me.
That's
I got the
beautiful.
chills. I got the chills
I
right
got
now.
chills too. I was like, that's the commercial right there. I'm gonna stop it at these are the magic elixir words that will get you anything you want, and I'm gonna stop it and say, you wanna watch the rest of it. You wanna watch the rest of it. This is this is the episode you gotta watch. Cause that right there, that's powerful.
Yep. We could do a whole show on that.
Well, you're gonna be doing a whole show for the network because we talked about you coming to the network and doing a show. And I just also want to say to you that, well, before I say this, because I don't want to cry, so I'm going to turn into Joel Osteen and start crying while I'm preaching. So, um, the magic words. Why are those words so powerful?
Because you're telling the universe that I am open. I'm open and I allow and I'm letting this energy flow through me. That's why it's
Wow.
so powerful. Remember we talked about the
Yeah.
words. I'm learning, Carl, that our words are the key to our power and our success because what is it doing? It's vibrating my heart, it's vibrating my soul. It's got my mind on a beautiful thing because I'm opening and I'm allowing it to come to me. That's strong.
That's strong. That's strong. Mary, I can't say enough thank yous to today for doing my show. As a matter of fact, a lot of people don't know this, but about a month ago, we actually recorded, or maybe 3 weeks ago, we recorded an episode, and we found out by the end of the episode that it was not taped, it wasn't recorded, and it was some really good stuff in there. But this one was the reason why. There was so much more we needed to say, because this right here trumps, it literally makes the other one. It was good, but it wasn't this. It wasn't this. And that's another example of how the universe works. You know, here we were thinking, oh man, we missed a whole show with some good stuff, and there was some good stuff in it. But today, this was absolutely powerful, and I've had more opportunities to operate some of your tools in my life. And we've talked off camera about some of those things that have happened since we, started. And it has just been mind-blowing. So I can't say thank you enough, because you are just an amazing woman. You're an amazing friend. You have done more for people in this hour that we've talked, almost an hour and a half, than most people will get when they go to church or they go to mass or they go to. You've done so much to help just in this hour and a half. And so people, if you want to grow in your life spiritually and just see that spiritual walk and growth manifest in your physical, get in touch with Mary. Her information is on the screen. And again, thank you so much. Is there anything you want to promote before we wrap?
You can just find me on Mary Armandaris or Power Retrieval. And I just want to say, everybody, honor yourself, start self-respecting yourself, and stand in your willpower, because I'm telling you, your life will change. And Carl and I are sending you lots of love.
Lots of it. There's no other place to live is love. That's the only place. Like it's literally all I think about now is how can I be more loving? How can I send negative energy to the central sun and to love, and not even focus on any of the negative stuff? And it has made my life a dream so far, and I hope to continue that journey for the rest of my days on this planet. And I'm going to teach these tools to my daughter. I will continue to teach her with my lifestyle, but also with my words, and give her the tools, because it definitely will help her in her life and her journey. So thank you so much, Mary.
Thank you, Carl.